Hello, welcome everyone. It's time for a new series about that very interesting plane, Focke-Wulf 190. It will be a D version, namely D9, and of course it will be based on IBG Models kit, and of course, as you probably know, that was a variant version of famous Focke-Wulf, but with axial inline engine instead of radial. One of the finest version of that plane, produced in many versions and variants, and here is D9 from Cottbus early production. It is a box typical for IBG models with very nice box art. And yes, it is one of the paint schemes of that plane, with typical brown strip of the name, and some other details on the box. Everything is typical for IBG models. And here is what we have inside. Of course, a lot of spruce, like it is in almost all cases of that kits from that manufacturer, and P parts, and of course decals, and of course instruction. So let's check instruction first. Here is some words about the plane in Polish and in English. Quite a long text. And check what is inside of the instruction. Frames are showed, list of paints, and details, paint schemes. And steps of the building. I see some similarities to BF-109 from Special Hobby in the rhythm of that steps. Wings installation, as I show, is a bit non-typical. As you can see, there must be inserted with a special angle, then pass it to the lower part. Everything looks, however, quite clear and should be easy to build. Some ads about products from IBG Models. Stencil schemes, very good done, very precise. One of the best stencils schemes I've ever seen. And then paint schemes. That first is probably that one which I want to use. That one is chosen by me. However, all are interesting. And the last one, that from the box, and the box art, of course. And okay, so now let's check the parts. And frames. First A. From that kit, IBG stops to use that open with glue, or rather closed with glue bags. And look how it was done, and everything is very crisp, very detailed. There are many engine beds parts, for example, many engine beds variants, and some of internal structure. Everything is precise, without flashes. Looks really good. And check, for example, propeller hubs and rivets on the structure, and of course instrument panel. Everything looks very good. And next, frame. It is how it looks like. Engine parts and so on. And also great done. Here are some details and famous rivets. First, it looks too big, a bit too big. This knight appears to maybe too deep and too big, but finally it looks very good. Maybe they are of course bigger than in case, for example, Edward, but it is still very precise, and very subtle. Okay, and that is a moment of the truth, because it's a fuselage, and of course the shape, okay, maybe I will not check the shape with the blueprints or so. Everything looks still very good and nice, and rivets also. Of course, you must be careful with washes. Never use very dark washes for that plane, because it will look like totally dirty. But rivets are okay. There are no biggest troubles with that. Huge area to air intake for turbocharger. Upper parts of the wings. Everything is correct. I hope everything was great prepare. The rivets also looks nice also. Yeah. That pitot tube is maybe difficult. It will be hard to keep it in one piece, but I will check how it will be. And look on this. It is lower part of fuselage and wings. And also there is a propeller, upper part of fuselage, cover for the machine guns, and here also rivets looks very nice, and I hope that will be appears to be good with paints, washes and so on. Okay, it is a frame with crew parts, important thing, so check it. And it is very thin, without disturbing the view. And as you can see, there are 4 variants. So I think also that parts should be very, very great. And last one, probably Z frame, and there are engine parts and some other, or even everything is for engine, I guess. Turbochargers, part of exhaust, and so on and so on. Everything very precise, very crisp, very detailed, as the rest of the kit. Last but not least, decars. There are printed decars printed by TechMod, so the quality is also high, and there are two sheets, one with mine decars and second with stencils, and simply look like it appears to be. Maybe there is a small differences in the center line, but I think there is no trouble. Everything should be okay. There are also swastikas and propeller hoops, a spiral, and stencils. Stencils are really precise, with possibility to read of that names and so on. There are stencils not only for the plane but also for fuel tanks external. There are decars for instrument panels and so on. Really nice. And P parts with stencil for making the panel lines. I think it is universal for all Doras, and what I can say, looks good. And by the way, there are also birds for the seat. Okay, it is how the Dora looks like. I hope the build will be nice, and from the next episode I want to start to build it, so stay tuned. I hope everything will be well. Thank you for all likes, subscribes and for all comments, and I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.